had some time to play with the machine, and I've realized a couple of things. I really wish I had kind of maybe invested it in the laminator and some of the strips, because I feel like it would be nice to be able to make some decals. At the same time, I don't want to spend an additional $400 to get those parts. It's just a matter of printing ink in a thin layer and being able to peel it off and transfer it, right? It turns out you can in fact create a UV decal and transfer it to an item of your choice, and you do not have to have the magic laminator, you do not have to have the magic AB film. You can do this without those, I promise. And I am going to show you how. So this is a decal that I printed using the UV printer, and I have attached it to this glass, but you can attach the designs to really anything. I'm also going to show you how to attach it to a pencil holder that I printed that is too big to go in the machine, but I want to add some designs, and I didn't want to waste the giant amount of filament purge that would happen based on what I wanted the design to look like. You'll see once I put it together. So the way this works is essentially I'm taking advantage of the built-in sticker function that EufyMake has, except I am printing on an unorthodox surface. And when I mean I'm printing on an unorthodox surface, I mean I'm really printing on an unorthodox surface. You'll remember a couple episodes back when I was showing off the EufyMake, I had the Wham Bam Ultim8 Jig that they're, running their Kickstarter for right now, and how it's got this, really cool grid on it. They've got lots of little pieces so that you can line things up, magnets, all of that. It's silicone, and what's beautiful about silicone is that UV resin does not want to stick to this. It's a giant silicone mat with a grid on one side and a flat side on the other side. Yes, I did. I took a Kickstarter project and discovered an excellent off-label use for it that makes me love this thing even more. To do this technique, you're going to need a couple of things. One, obviously, you're going to need the jig mat. You technically could use a silicone sheet of some form if you wanted to, but I have this one and it's designed to fit the bed. Plus it comes with the grid and some additional attachments on all of that to make things much easier. The only conundrum is when you're attaching it to the bed, the clips are designed to fit in and snap in with a little bit of a groove on the front that's kind of embedded in. So when you go to put it on the opposite side, on the edges, there might be a little bit of bending. I noticed it more with the smaller mat when I used the smaller mat to create my stickers versus the big one. I had plenty of room in the middle where it was completely flat and it wasn't an issue. But if you notice a little bit of bending, rather than using the clips, just use a couple pieces of like Gorilla Tape just to secure it to the sides. I don't really think the mat honestly is going to move that much. That being said, if the creators built the mat with some clips in place to hold the mat on the bed, they probably did that for a reason. My guess is in extensive testing, they found that there were points where the mat might slip. So, you're welcome to just lay the mat down and hope it stays nice and secure, but I personally would recommend securing the mat. It takes 30 seconds to do, whether you do the clips with the big one or grab some Gorilla Tape because of the smaller ones. Also, the clips are pretty bendable, so if need be, you could bend them a little bit in place so that they lay a little bit flatter but are still securing the jig onto your bed. But in addition to the jig, you are going to need some transfer tape. This is that same stuff if you've done any form of like vinyl cutting with your Cricut or such, the tape you use to transfer it. This is what I use. This is a giant roll of it. And then you're going to need some adhesive, because that is the one difference doing this method versus using the AB film and the laminate coming with the EufyMake. These decals will require the addition of a glue. That being said, it does allow you to control what type of glue you use, because depending on the surface, some glues will work better than others. So this gives you the chance to play around with some adhesive methods. I am going to be using a spray adhesive. This is the Loctite spray adhesive, multi-purpose. This is basically super glue in an aerosolized form. This, as far as I can tell, has worked absolutely great. It easily applied. I was able to transfer this beautifully. I didn't have any issues with the transfer tape sticking. It worked fantastic. It's supposed to bind to glass, so I am kind of letting this sit and cure properly before I test it to make sure that it doesn't come off super easily. At this point, if I'm scratching at it, it doesn't seem to want to come up. Did run the packing test on it, and as you can see, it did appear to want to stay on. So it seems to do pretty well. Whether or not I would trust this in the dishwasher, I don't know. Maybe. But I really feel like anything that you're going to run through the dishwasher or you want to be really super secure, you're always going to either want to do a coat of something else, some type of sealant on top of it. That being said, let's get this project started. There we go. I double check my positioning for this in here. This is the first time that I'm putting it back in, and I didn't mark previously where the bed base is going to be. Once that's done and I take it out, I'm going to mark where my rotator is. That way I won't have to reposition things every time. So now I've got my bed, and as you can see, it's got the big old orange silicone mat to it. Nothing exciting. I'm going to go ahead and drag and drop in the art I want to use. It turned out pretty good. It's much bigger than I want it to be. So I am going to go ahead and opt to shrink this down to about 100, I think, is what I want. That should work pretty well. It's going on a cup that's only about 120 tall, so that's 120, 80, so that should look pretty good. And then I can really just kind of stick it wherever I want on the mat, but I'll just kind of stick it in the center just to make it easy on the machine. And then for mode, again, I'm going to pick the sticker mode. And then I am going to make sure I'm going to choose high quality for this one, and we should be ready to print. The UV printer finished printing my little logo, and I pulled it off. Printed pretty well directly on the plate. Nice high quality. It's got a shine. I pulled the mat off of the plate just to make it easier for this next step. Smell wise, I would say, and this was after I had actually left it venting for a little while, I still could smell the UV resin. It wasn't as bad. So at least my ventilation system is working pretty well. Also, after getting stuck 33 times in the head a couple weeks ago, the Botox is finally kicking in, and I don't think smells are bugging me quite as much as they used to. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, now I need to get this off, and to do that, I'm going to use a piece of transfer tape. And I, at this point, am going to simply peel it up. It has a nice grid to work with, and I am going to apply it, trying to center the design as much as possible just to make my life easy. And then I'm going to use a squeegee to help kind of secure it a little bit. And then I'm going to flip my mat over very carefully, but I'm just going to slowly roll it off. I honestly feel like I need like sturdier transfer tape, truth be told. I almost feel like this transfer tape does not have enough grip. Nice thing about this being silicone is that it is pliable. Anything wants to try and come up with it, I just roll it right back. And there we go. Now, I'm going to put my little Cthulhu design on a glass that I have, and I'm going to get this prepped by cleaning the surface thoroughly with an alcohol wipe. And while that's dry, I'm going to take this outside, and I'm going to spray it with some spray adhesive, but I'm not going to do that indoors. Be right back. So I've got that sprayed, and it's been about 8 or 10 seconds. Okay. I'm just going to rub this to make sure everything is nice and sturdy. Okay. I'm going to let that cure for a little bit. For my little details for my kitty box, I mentioned that it was a PLA print, which is this little holder right here. You can kind of see it's got a cute little kitty face. I wanted to add some detail to it. Now you're wondering, well, why didn't I stick this print in the UV printer itself and just print on top of it? It's too tall. Either direction, it wouldn't have fit in the machine. You've got a limit of about 60 millimeters, and one side alone would have been too much. Hence, printing the stickers. Now, I could have theoretically painted the model and then sent that to the printer, but let's be real honest here. To get the little details that I want on the side, the number of times you're going to have to change the filament out and purge, it would have probably doubled the time this print took, and it would have made so much waste. This was a lot faster, just to draw some quick lines, send them to the printer, and do the application itself. So there you have it, how to make a UV decal without using EufyMake's laminator or their special AB film. You can do this by yourself with just a couple of tools, some of which you probably already even have in your crafting kit. Like I said, I already had the transfer tape. I've had that for years. And the spray adhesive, I'm pretty sure I found amongst my collection of adhesives that I've used on various projects. And of course, I had the Ultim8 Jig in stock. Like I said, it is definitely an off-label use of the Ultim8 Jig. I don't think they anticipated people taking advantage of the fact that the UV ink just peels right off, but I definitely took advantage of that, and took advantage of that in a way that solved a much bigger problem, which was I didn't have the additional accessories I needed to create the cool effects that I wanted. Cost of ink wise, this was pretty inexpensive. I do feel like the stickers were a little bit see-through, but since they were going on a white and clear surface, I didn't really mind. If you're going on a darker surface, keep that in mind that you're probably going to need to run more layers of white just so that you get that nice opaque look, and that may require playing around a little bit with settings, figuring out what works with you, but I use the default sticker settings and am pretty content with it, at least on a white surface or a translucent surface, which is this one. So the Kickstarter is currently running at this time. I believe it goes until March 9th. If you're interested in getting the Ultim8 Jig to use for this project, I have an affiliate link below. If you use my affiliate link and sign up for the Kickstarter, I get a little bit of a commission back. If you just want to browse Kickstarter and find the Ultim8 Jig yourself, you're certainly welcome to that. Like I said, I do find this to be a pretty cool product, especially now that I've found some additional uses. But if you opt to use my affiliate link, I do appreciate it. The kickback helps to support the channel and helps me to create additional content and share projects with all of you guys. Next week, I'm going to finally give you guys a tour of the new studio space that I have, as well as the new equipment that I have been fortunate enough to be given the opportunity to work with and demo for you guys, as well as additional projects that'll be coming down the pipeline. If you want to see more content like this, by all means, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications to tell the algorithm you really do want to see my videos. And if you could also tap the like button to tell the Eldritch algorithm that this video was a good one. And in the meantime, if you're looking for other things to watch, these videos might be up your alley, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.